Hello, lovely people. Remember me? I've missed you. I've been absent for a couple of weeks, but I'm back. I'm Debs. This is Raina Read Stuff. And it's Sunday. So I thought I would do my weekly reading wrap up, but also I'm going to tie it in with what I'm planning in June, even though we're more than a week through June. It still needs to be said. I've been so busy over the last couple of weeks. I think I mentioned before to anyone who's been to this channel before that I'm trying to set up a small business, and it's creative small business. So I'm going to be setting up a shop, and obviously in order to do that I need to make products to sell in said shop. So that's what I've been doing, both in here, and also I have a room that I laughingly call my studio, which is actually a box room, just about big enough to get a single desk into it, but I turned it into a art/crafts room ages ago, and then abandoned it about 3 or 4 years ago, and it just filled up with junk. So I've blitzed it. I've been making things again. I've been painting again. I've actually been thoroughly enjoying it, and the time just flies. I've been spending 10, 12 hours a day in there. Anyway, that's not what you're here for. You're here for reading. What have I been reading? Well, June has started, and there are lots of lovely, lovely events in June. I do like June. I'll go through all the events that I'm planning on dipping into, and whether I do or not remains to be seen. But to start with, the year-long events, Historathon, we are in Q2, and this is the final month of Q2. Q2 is the years 500 to 1500. And Historathon is organised by Vin at Revenant Reads. I am one of the co-hosts. Also, a year-long event is the Banned Books Challenge set up by MJ. And this year we're reading 25 banned books in 2025. I've fallen a bit behind, so I've got some catching up to do here. The other long ones, the Arabian Nights, which is going to last until June next year, I've fallen behind with that as well. I've got a bit of catching up to do with that. And Proust, I am now on to, I'm partway through the Guermantes Way, which is book 3 of 6. I possess 4 of said books, so I at least plan to read the 4 that I've got. There are quite a few, or rather I have 3 on my list, summer events that I want to take part in. Big Book Summer has been organised by Sue, and also Melinda, I think this year, is joining her. I'll put all these details below. Read books that are more than 400 pages long. I don't think that's going to be difficult to do. The Summer of Steinbeck is something that I am absolutely loving. Again, I'll put all the information below. This is going to last over 2 months, and the group read is Grapes of Wrath for June and East of Eden for July, neither of which I've ever read, although I absolutely love Steinbeck. I am about halfway through the Grapes of Wrath. I am taking it really slowly because it is actually just delicious. I am loving it. Steinbeck's writing style is something that really, really gets to me. And although this is set, and it was published in 1939, and it's set in the Dust Bowl, when times were really hard and everybody was heading west, young man, because Dust Bowl, Oklahoma was a dreadful place to be. Tenant farmers were ousted from their lands, and they headed off to find the American dream in California. This possibly has one of the best opening chapters ever. And one of the things I really like about this book is the chapters that help the story get further ahead are interspersed with very small chapters describing certain things. The first chapter is describing dust and the state of the earth, soil, earth, as rather than planet Earth. And as you go through, there are chapters, small chapters about banks, about the trade in motor cars to get people to the West. And they're just so brilliantly drawn, quite apart from the story, which is fabulous. These tiny little chapters, there's a lot of repetition in them, which is, it just accentuates the point Steinbeck is trying to make in each of them. But I'm loving it. I'm loving it, and I don't want to finish it, which is why I'm taking it quite slowly. And bits I reread, you come across a couple of paragraphs and you think, that was stunning, and you read it again. Also, Summer of Sport, organised by Margaret Book Time with Elvis, and I am one of the co-hosts. I loved Summer of Sport last year, and I haven't actually started any sports books yet, but I will be. Now, in addition to those, we have The End of Finnegan's Wake. This has been going on now for 2 months, and it was organised by Roy at Roy Reads Anything, and there's a whole host of us, including most of the original Ulysses 6. I have actually finished it on audiobook, and I've read the bits that Roy had selected because we haven't read the whole of Finnegan's Wake. I've gone back to listen to it again on audiobook, and I'm dipping into other chapters as well. I don't understand a word. Well, I do understand. I understand the words. I don't understand. I've got no sense of a cohesive book here, but the words are beautiful and lyrical and funny, and I'm loving it. Then we have the monthly events, and of course it's June on the Range. So this week I have read a couple of suggestions. June on the Range is organised by Michael K. Vaughan. Gavin at Genre Books is one of the co-hosts, and if you've ever been to Gavin's channel, you will know that he is an absolute expert in deep diving Gutenberg for relevant things. Last year, he did a deep dive of Western novels. This year, he did a list of novellas and short stories. So this week, among his suggestions, I read From Missouri by Zane Grey. Thought that was great. I particularly liked a story called Especially Dance Hall Women by Alma and Paul Ellerbe, who I'd never heard of. And that, it really got down to the essence of how people think. And I really enjoyed that. I've also downloaded another couple of suggestions, but if you need any hints, if you're taking part in June on the Range, you want to read something shorter, take a look at Gavin's video, I'll link it below, and you'll find loads of things that could interest you, and they're all free, of course. We also have Joyful June, and that's in memory of Alice, and that's about reading things that make you happy. I'm all up for that at the moment. That's great. There's also an audiobook event, which I'm getting a bit more into audiobooks. And then, of course, we have Book Trek, another one of Vin's, and Dune in June, get it the right way round, which is organised by Sean D. Standfast and Aaron Hook. I was a co-host. I had to bow out because I just haven't had the time to do anything, but I'm hoping to read something for both of those. So this, if you've never read The Grapes of Wrath, read it. This also counts as a physical book off my shelf, because look, it's a physical book off my shelf, and I didn't get it from the library. I'm sorry for my absence. I think I've figured out a way of dividing my day now. I don't know how people who have full-time jobs can actually cope with fitting in the reading and the booktubing, but I'm going to make it work. It's nice to be back. Oh, I tell you what else I'm reading for Big Book Summer. Gorky Park. I found it at a charity shop, and I don't think I've ever read it. It's 500 and something pages, 560 pages long. And actually, The Grapes of Wrath is 476 pages long in this edition. So both of those count for Big Books of Summer. I hope you're all well. I'm hoping you're having a lovely start to June and reading lots of excellent stuff. Let me know what you're up to. I will be back this week. I've got to start catching up on my tags. Yes. In the meantime, I'm heading off to read some more of this, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I will speak to you very soon. Bye for now.